It was Ben and Jerry's kid, but I didn't even know. This was just like any other gig that I was doing. In the middle of the show, the other guys in the company allowed me to run through some impromptu, improvised explorations with the audience and with audience participation. And then we would go into doing some stuff where we had to prime an audience member who would join us. That audience member would then do something that was completely safe, but was kind of scary because, well, I'll tell you about it in just a moment. I chose an audience member. In this particular case, it ended up being a young boy. He was, I don't know, 10, 9, something like that. And he showed the audience a better show than I could ever make. You can't make this stuff up when you have a live person. They are right there with you. The whole idea was to get him on the shoulders of one person who got on the shoulders of another person. And then the whole thing stood up. And then I got to release his hands and put the arms outstretched like all of us, and we would give the audience a big ta-da. Now, I trained him, I primed him, I showed him what was going to happen, and I made sure that he understood that he was very safe. But he was scared because he was a little kid. He was getting on the shoulders of a grown man who was getting on the shoulders of another grown man. He was going to be very high up in the air, and there were 2,500 people in a full house at a theater. This happened to be in, I think Dallas. He was shaken. I mean, he was nervous. This kid was nervous so that I could see how much he was shaking. And I was concerned because there's nothing worse than having a scared kid up top wanting to bail, and you have to help them down. And that's, like the audience, as long as you do it right, it'll be fine. But if you make someone too scared that they can't follow through, then you're actually not coming across with the audience the way you actually want to. It has to be successful impact, you see. Successful impact is everything. So we got this kid up there, and I said, "Are you okay? You don't have to do this. You don't have to go through with this." And he said, "Yeah, yeah, I wanna." I said, "Are you sure? Because you're gonna put your hands out, and we have you totally safe, but I just need you to feel okay." And he was shaking, and he said, "I wanna. I really wanna." I said, "Okay. I'm with you every step of the way." We did it in front of that audience. They saw how nervous he was. They saw how frail, and they also saw how much power and moxie and determination he had. He embraced everything he wanted to be at that moment. And he showed the audience, he showed us all what you can do when you overcome your fear. When you allow yourself to know that the goal that you want to achieve with people who you can trust, who are not going to betray you, who won't let you down. Some badass shit. He was brilliant, that little kid. It was only after the gig that I found out that it was the son of the head vice president of Ben and Jerry's, who was obviously in the audience watching his boy. Ben and Jerry's is also an ethical, honest company. You can read about them. That kid, he showed everyone what determination in the face of fear can overcome and can be as a beacon for everybody. I'll never forget that kid. Doing it publicly like that during our professional gig in front of 2,500 people takes guts. That was quite a while ago. That kid's now grown up and out of college, doing some job now. Hope he's well. Never forget that moment. I can picture him right there.